We continue in chapter 23. Chapter 23, in one word, miyuchadim, which means united. We spoke about how the word of God, from God's perspective and our perspective, there is a great gap. God's perspective, even after he creates the world, we're still a part of him. We're not separate from him. We're not independent of him. As separate beings, that is. From our perspective, we are very much so, in the sense that we don't experience the natural connection. We naturally experience ourselves as being a reality. We don't feel we're a part of God. We don't feel that we're part of something greater than ourselves. Again, we know that intellectually because we're learning that in Tanya, and we learn it elsewhere. But that's not the natural disposition. So that gap needs to be closed. How do we be miyuchad? How do we be bound up with God? So as we explained in yesterday's class, and it's the beginning of the idea. And today is a very small continuation of that. I mean, small in amount of space, but very profound. As every day we see that there's some gold nuggets from the Alter Rebbe's teachings. So yesterday we learned about the inner will that drives an outer will. The inner will is what you really want as an end in itself. And the outer will is the means to get to it. And we probably spend more time with an outer will, the means to get to what we really want, right? So we work a lot, and we do a lot of things that go around work. And again, I say this by way of metaphor, because some people, like, my work is an end in itself, right? In teaching, right? My work is not so I can take care of my family. I mean, there's an element to it, but that's not what it is. And many of you may, work, hopefully, that you're blessed with that is also has a value and a meaning unto itself. But the point of it is, it's a metaphor for us to understand a concept. So the idea is that we do so much of outer will, a means to an end, very little what is an end in itself. So what's important over here is that the inner will of God is Torah and mitzvahs. That's what he really wants. He wants me to teach right now. That's a mitzvah. He wants you to learn right now. And maybe I should learn also from the teaching, and from you, of course. Absolutely. Learn and teach. Actually, from both of us, to learn and to teach. Lilmoid lamid, philosophy, and to do, and then to actually fulfill. So that's the inner wheel, is in Torah and mitzvahs. We're going to go into that today. And that inner will drives the outer will. What's the outer will? Creation itself, the Word of God. So when we have this understanding, so right now what that does is it's a paradigm shift. It's not that there was a world and now God created, gave us a manual on how to, deal with this world. Torah mitzvahs. No. The inner desire is Torah and mitzvahs. And that's what he wants. That we should be united and bound up to him through that. That drives the outer will, which we explained at great length yesterday. I explained too much now. Okay, with this then, the Alter Rebbe says it, that we can then understand the mitzvahs, the commandments, are figuratively described as organs of the king. Well, just as organs of a human body, again, a metaphor for us to understand, right, are a garment for its soul, meaning the body houses the soul, So the organs of the body are a garment for the soul that the soul can express itself. And they're completely and utterly surrendered to it. What does that mean, it's surrendered to it? Well, it's quite evident by the fact that when you see that when a person has a desire to stretch out their hand or to move your foot, what happens? I had a desire to stretch out my hand. My hand immediately obeyed. Needed a command. Listen here, my hand. I want to stretch out that limb. No, I want immediately. It's done, right? Without delay. At the very instant that you will something, so it is. Right? Now, God forbid someone's not healthy, and you will to do something with your hand, and you've got a lame hand, so, But, a healthy body, a healthy hand, that's what happens, right? So that's the metaphor. That's obvious. But, so just as the organs of the human body are completely united with the soul to the degree that the soul desires something, the body surrenders to it, right? So likewise, the life force that animates the performance and the fulfillment of the commandments is completely surrendered to the divine will that's clothed within them. And that life force becomes, in relation to the divine will, like a body to a soul. That's today's teachings. Very short, actually.